So today is absolutely beautiful outside, and I am actually sitting outside enjoying the fresh breeze and the spring-like air that is actually here today in northern Georgia, and wondering where all the cold went. It was just freezing cold just a few weeks ago, and now it is absolutely beautiful, as if spring has sprung. And I'm sitting here on my front porch trying to figure out what I want to do with my front yard. Now, part of transforming every area of life is transforming every area of life. And today I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with some areas on my front porch. Now, this is my front porch behind me. As you can see, it's kind of small. And this spring I'm planning on repainting these banisters. Thinking about going back white. I painted them this color just a few years ago, but thinking white might be the color that I want to go back to, which is actually underneath this paint here. I don't know, we paint it and then, we always want to go back to the way that it was, right? But I think I'm going to take a quick trip to Home Depot. I'll take you guys along with me when I do that. But I have these two planters on my front porch, and I'm going to show them to you in just a couple of minutes, but they are square. Pretty much everything on my front porch right now, it looks like it's square or it has a straight line. I need some curves. So I was thinking maybe if I put some topiary plants or something with a curve in these actual planters on my front porch, it may be helpful. There's a lot more stuff that I need to do in my yard, and as I'm out here sitting on my front porch, I'm actually noticing that. I'm going to take you guys for a little bit of a tour and show you some things that I'm planning on getting to, hopefully this spring and summertime, and I want to take you guys along with me. Yeah, so see, I'm going to need to do some more painting. This floor needs to be painted, but here is our front porch, and these are the planters that I'm planning on finding something for at Home Depot. I think that it actually would look nice, kind of going up to, see, they're square. And then even, these pedestals are square. This has straight lines, square, and that's actually broken right there. I'm gonna have to do something about that. This doesn't work anymore, needs to come down. Square, again, square, square, straight lines everywhere. Well, there's some curvatures there, but still, that's square. Everything seems to be square. Say hello to our captain who watches over our front porch. Not really, but So I have this lantern here that actually still has kind of some Christmas decorations in there. I left them as quote unquote winter decorations, or maybe I just forgot about them. I don't know, but we do have some circles going on here. Probably need to clean that rug. But some things that I want to accomplish and transform. I think that it kind of makes us feel better when our house is in order. And when our house is in order, it makes us feel good when people come over. It makes us feel good when we're here, especially when we're here all the time. And when our yard is in order, it helps us feel good when we walk outside. And that is something that I definitely want to transform. So here's some other areas of our yard that I'm actually going to be working on as well, coming up this spring and summertime. So this is a little walkway that we have that goes down to through the front yard of our home. And this was actually really nice at one point. I can probably insert a picture at this location in the video and kind of show you guys exactly what it looked like when I actually redid it at one time. But we use this walkway quite a bit. It gives us access to the other side of our yard and our house. And then I have these amazing big, I think these are maple trees. I'm not really sure. I think they're maple trees. You guys can maybe help me identify them, but they definitely need to be trimmed. They are overgrown. They are completely, like, some of the limbs are actually hanging over the house. And yes, I need to do some pressure washing. But this is our front island, and this island, when we first moved in, actually had juniper. There was juniper all in this island. If you hear people in the background, that's actually our neighbor getting their kitchen redone. During the cold ice that we had just a few weeks ago, a pipe burst in her house, and her kitchen actually ended up caving in from the broken frozen pipe above her kitchen, which was in a bathroom, and it flooded her kitchen, it flooded her basement. Everything has to be gutted in that area, and I feel so bad for them. I'm praying for them and for them to be able to get their house back in order very quickly. So this island here, you can see where it actually goes around there, had a lot of juniper in it when we first moved in. And we ended up pulling out the juniper because the juniper was a wonderful house for snakes and rabbits. And the more rabbits we got, the more snakes we got. and so I got tired of finding snakes in our yard. So we pulled up all the juniper and basically have not planted much since. Now, in the summertime, I do have some periwinkle that actually grows around here, and it's actually spreading, which I love. The periwinkle is underneath all of these leaves right now. And then we have the yucca plant there, which I am really not a fan of, but I'm not complaining right now because it is adding some greenery and some life to our garden. I may keep some of it. I pulled out, I mean, it was like so big, huge. It was taking up this entire area, and I pulled out a bunch of it and gave it away. And then this is actually grown back from that. So if I can keep it small like that, I may be okay with that, just because it is green. It does produce a really pretty flower in the springtime. But these are some things that I'm going to be working on. And no, I do not have fish in my pond. I refuse to try to keep fish alive in there. And I worked on this walkway this past spring, and I did not do a fantastic job, and some of it's actually starting to wash away a little bit. And I think what I'm probably going to do is end up pulling this stuff up as well, and maybe putting a better border around, and so that it can actually hold it in place. I'm actually maybe even considering taking this all the way down to the mailbox. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think. And these are beautiful. I love these. I think they're fireside nandinas. Love the nandinas. And they are kind of hibernating right now, but they will come out a lot in the spring. And then I have these wonderful daffodils. See these daffodils that are coming up right here? So these daffodils were actually planted in my mom's on my mom's property, and my great-grandmother planted the daffodils that are there. So years ago, I actually ended up taking a cutting or pulling some up, and I brought them to my home and planted them. And just in, I got branches falling from the trees, just in a few weeks probably, we're gonna see some of these daffodils actually start blooming, and they're going to be all the way down this island here. You can, oh, there's some right over there that's already started blooming. You can kind of see those. See these little daffodils? You can see all the limbs and stuff that have fallen on them. Probably kept them from freezing. So I don't really care for these leaves and stuff here, but I know that it helps keep, look at those, aren't those beautiful? I know that it helps keep the stuff that's underneath it protected from the cold and the freezing. You can see some of the periwinkle that I have here that's actually coming out. And I have some succulents in here too. Can't remember what they're called, but I will look that up and figure that out. But they're all coming out, and I don't really want to mess with this too much, even though I'm not a big fan of all these leaves. But I know that it protects them. So this is what we're going to be working with this spring. So if you guys like gardening and outdoor stuff, then I invite you to come. I definitely will take some advice, take some ideas from you. We are in zone 7A, so if that's helpful with telling me some things that I need to plant, I want things that are green. I like things that are perennials, and I like things that stay green all year round. Now I have these nandinas here, and I think they're a little bit overgrown. I need to trim them down, but I don't really enjoy trimming them when they have the red berries on them. But see, the red berries are starting to disappear. So I think it's time to cut these back. They're looking a little straggly, a little sickly, but they will come back in the spring. Again, all the leaves and stuff that are down here. And definitely need to find a new holder for our hose. We had our hose reel and it was ugly and it finally broke, and I was happy to throw it away. So anyway, I have these left over from the walkway build. And then I have these left over as well from a project in the backyard that we will also be tackling as well. So those are just a few things that I am going to be working on coming up as the weather is nice. I don't want to plant anything too early, even though right now it feels like it would be an amazing time to plant stuff. But I know if I plant too early, then I'm going to regret that as soon as another freeze or frost or anything comes. So yeah, so let's go to Home Depot and let's see what we can find for our planters on the front porch. All right, let's go. Interesting. Vanilla buttercream. It's for that. These look pretty awesome. Hey, how you doing? These are these menus. Crazy. These would make really great topiary plants. So basically what you would do, you want to look for the ones that have the single stems, just like these, and you can trim them up into the top part. You can actually trim them into a ball and kind of train them to actually grow in a certain way. But you always want to look for the ones with the single branches in the middle that are pretty strong and big, where you could make it that way. These would be pretty easy to trim into a topiary, but they're a little bit bigger than what I need to get, and I'm kind of starting to think that maybe I don't know if I want to get a live plant at this point with the weather, but I guess I could always pick it up and bring it back inside if I needed to. But this would be great too. This would be really great for a topiary, and this is actually the size that I probably need to get for those planters. These are $10, and see how it has the single stem, and then basically you would cut it out. So this one actually looks like it's kind of already forming that way. All these actually would be really great to make topiary plants out of, and you would just keep them trimmed. Those would be really pretty if I did get a lot of sun on my front porch, which I don't. I was wondering what I was feeling when I was pushing the buggy. Apparently that tree got me. Yeah, that kind of stings. And apparently I need lotion, so there's always that. This one is not going to allow a whole lot of hose on the reel. So basically what happens is this round part hooks onto the pole. So this part actually hooks onto the pole in the back. And then this, with the little screws that are on the back, actually hook onto this, and it allows the hose to wrap around. But what I'm noticing is that this isn't very tall. It's not very tall this way, which means it's not gonna be able to hold as much hose on the reel. I need to get a bigger one, and it actually looks like these two are probably the same height, but this one actually gives more area for the hose to roll. Now I know the more hose that we have on it, the heavier it's going to be, and probably make it tilt, but if we get it in the ground pretty well, hopefully it will be okay. And that floor delay actually will match some of the other ones that we have around the house as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one instead. It is a little bit more, but I'm going to be happier with my choice. So I went ahead and got that one. I got the bigger one because I know in the long run we're going to like it better. Just like Brandon talked about in his previous video in Costco, poor man pays twice. I don't want to be coming back here at the middle of summer thinking that I need another one because the one that we got was not sufficient. So I'm going to pay just a couple bucks more, and I'm going to get exactly what's going to work and hopefully continue working, and I won't have to worry about it anymore. I can move on to the next project and I won't have to buy it again. So I think that's about it for the purchase here today. I did not get the topiaries. Probably too early for that anyway, if they're going to be outside and they're going to be in the cold and freezing. I mean, today was a pretty day, so it was kind of a teaser, and I really wanted to get some plants. But wise thing is for me to wait. So here we go to check ourselves out at a company that I no longer work for.
Thank you for shopping at the Home Depot.
You found us.
I found you.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm back home. It is dark outside, and that trip took me longer than I thought it would, because I actually ended up making a few more stops, as you probably saw in the video. But as you can see here, I did not get the topiary plants like I had planned. I think it's just too early. I think I was just way too excited about the awesome weather that we were having today. I know it's gonna get cold again. I know we're gonna have probably, hopefully, some snow. I don't know. I love snow. We don't get a whole lot of it here in where we are in Georgia, but hopefully, I mean, there's still hope. It's only January, so some of our biggest snows have come in like late February and March, so I'm holding out for that. I did get a few more items. Some brick that you guys saw in my buggy. I did get something for the pond, which I'm excited to put in for a little bit of a decoration. And then I got the stuff for the actual hose. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. I love having some shopping buddies and people just kind of to talk to while I'm out and about. I'm gonna go inside now as I knock down the door and get ready for the evening with my family. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and also hit that bell so that you can be notified anytime and every time I drop a video. So hope to see you guys back here, and thanks for joining me today.